Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at. Today is Tuesday, January 12th. So this morning I went to the bank and I was standing there. I had to deposit some cash from Saturday shift behind the bar, and the bank was packed. I've never seen this many people back there. I guess a lot of people, especially here in Alabama, believe some of the conspiracy theory about a martial law is coming and that the ATM and credit card networks are going to get shut down, and so you need to have cash. Well, the guy standing in front of me sees that I'm actually doing the opposite and depositing cash, and he struck up a conversation and found out that what I do was selling houses, whatnot. And he asked me a question. He's like, look, I got $30,000 that I'm looking to make an investment on. I was thinking about using that as a down payment on a house, but maybe I should instead put that $30,000 in Bitcoin. Now, there are some philosophical reasons that he had for why Bitcoin would be his preferred asset, his preferred store of wealth. I'm not going to get into that. It's part of a larger conversation and one that meanders into politics and just general stuff that I just don't want to talk about right now. But what I do want to talk about is the question that he posed me. He was like, well, which one should he go in? Should he invest in real estate or should he go towards Bitcoin? So let's answer the question. So Bitcoin in general. I'm bullish on Bitcoin. I'm not bullish like someone who's a real Bitcoin enthusiast is bullish. I do believe that there is a future for Bitcoin which is more involved in our day-to-day lives than it is currently involved, which means that there is automatically some increase in market cap going to happen there. But I'm also bullish on Bitcoin because so many people are bullish. And the way that these people are enthusiastic and passionate about it, I just think that Bitcoin is on an upward trajectory, that when it finally loses some of its volatility, that it will be much more valuable than it is right now. And right now, we're seeing some unprecedented growth in Bitcoin. It's insane. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but then I don't really need to. But just know the numbers over the past few years have been amazing. Bitcoin has been a fantastic performance and an amazing asset. I would argue just as good of an asset as Tesla when it comes to generating wealth. Of course, the problem is that predicting that upward growth such a short time span is nearly impossible. And the people who did invest right before the sudden growth were, I think, probably just got lucky instead of actually foreseeing it and whatnot. But regardless, Bitcoin has made people very rich, and I do believe that it will continue to make people very rich. So I'm bullish on Bitcoin. I think that it's probably a good place to go. I think a lot of people are very bullish on Bitcoin, and I think that they have some misguided notions. I have a friend who every morning greets me in my Facebook feed with some nonsense about Bitcoin going to the moon, for all these different reasons, which are just not accurate and just not the mark of someone who's rigorously thought about financial classes and financial assets. Or someone who has some actual training and reading books instead of just Bitcoin enthusiasts. But regardless, even if I do think that she is overly committed and overly bullish, I think that she is going to be rewarded and she's going to be made very wealthy because she has been on that ride for such a long time. So Bitcoin versus real estate, however, is a different question. I still think the smart play is to have some investment in real estate, maybe even a majority of your investment in real estate. Bitcoin as a tool of diversification is a fantastic instrument. Bitcoin as a tool, as a sole generator of wealth, is a little bit risky and probably not one you want to take if you are approaching the second phase of life. When it comes to your financial life. So real estate, why would I advise him to take his $30,000 and put it into real estate? I mean, the obvious cynic is going to say, well, clearly, Travis, because you want his business and you want to sell him the house, except he has an agent. That's not it. So this is independent of me whatsoever. It's about leverage. If he takes $30,000 and puts it in Bitcoin, he's got $30,000 in Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin doesn't generate any income. There are no dividends. All you can do if you need money is you cash some of it out and you've lost it forever. Real estate operates differently, however. That $30,000, let's assume it's a traditional loan, conventional loan, so it's a fifth of the overall price, so you're looking at a total purchase of $150,000. So $30,000 would be the 20% down. So now your $30,000 with the bank's financing and a mortgage gives you control over a $150,000 asset class, whereas the Bitcoin investment only gives you control over a $30,000 asset class. So automatically you've got a larger asset that you have control over. And think about real estate appreciates probably at around a 3% track per year. That's a significant income. That's a significant growth. Not to mention you can then rent out that property and that gives you some cash flow. So now you have some income generating, you still have appreciation, you have some tax deductions. If you make improvements, you can sell it for more. I think that real estate, because of the power of leverage, gives you so much more than Bitcoin does. Now, if Bitcoin continues to experience its skyrocket and its enormous growth, then yeah, sure, that's a better play, and it's going to generate wealth faster than real estate will. However, real estate is a much more, it's closer to a guarantee. And it's not a guarantee because there's no guarantee, as many people learned the hard way in 2009. But regardless, I just think that's the smarter play. Now, if you are already very rich and you have a large net worth, then put that money in Bitcoin, just because real estate comes with hassles and work. And it's a hard transaction. It's a complicated purchase just to begin with. So yeah, at the point where you already have millions of dollars, then maybe it's just worth it not having that sort of hassle, and at which point Bitcoin is a better play. But, a man standing in front of me in the lobby at Guardian's Community Bank probably isn't at that sort of level. So that's my advice, put that money in some real estate. It's going to require some work and some effort, but that work and effort will also translate into fixing your leaky faucet around your own house. Yeah, Bitcoin, I'm bullish on. I think that it's going to make you some money. It's going to possibly make you a lot of money, but so too will real estate. And real estate doesn't have nearly the volatility that Bitcoin does, or the downside, or the risk. All right, so just little thoughts. If you disagree with me, I would love to have this conversation. So unlike the market reports where, okay, you disagree with me, but here I'm really curious why you disagree, where you think I'm incorrect. And so please just give me some comments, hit that like button, subscribe, and you'll keep hearing from me in the future. All right, I'll talk to you later. Hope you're staying warm. Love you.